Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, September 26th. We will now be doing these fire briefings just Monday through Friday for the coming week. Looking at impact maps, no significant ones today. We do see some stronger winds starting to approach far western Nevada, Sierra Front on northwards on Tuesday, and expanding in aerial coverage on Wednesday. Gusts of up to 35 miles per hour, low humidity. However, as you'll see, fuels have moistened significantly in all areas. So a lot of these spotty showers that we see here in our southern areas Tuesday and expanding in coverage on Wednesday are just going to seal the deal with an extra nail in the fire season coffin for a lot of these areas in eastern Nevada, Utah, into Wyoming. But we'll keep looking at stuff because some stuff could marginally dry out. We had no significant precipitation or lightning yesterday. New fire starts, just a few little quarter-acre ones here. We see the red, otherwise recent fires in the yellow. Still team fires in these open circles here in the mountains of central Idaho. Takes quite a while to get those fully out. And we do have some prescribed burning here in this purple circle here in southwest Idaho, BLM land. Over the past 2 weeks, you can see on the left how widespread the precipitation has been, covering all areas. The areas in green are a ½ inch to locally an inch, and you see that covers a lot of our critical areas up here in Idaho and all of Utah, much of eastern and central Nevada. And a lot of these came with long duration, with maybe 2 or 3 different events, which is the way you want to get things to things out. You see even in northwest Nevada, near a ½ inch or more in a lot of these green areas. Sierra Front, especially the higher terrain near the California border, had some areas 1.5 inches of precipitation. So that's good news. But we have been dry the past 2 or 3 days, and for 100-hour fuels, that's all it takes to get them to dry out a little bit, at least into the upper single digits. And that's not uncommon to happen throughout much of the off season. But some concern here still in southern Idaho. We still have some good grass crop up there, so we'll have to watch things for any upcoming wind events. Looking at fuel conditions on the ERC side, things have modified up in the Payette, but they bottomed out a couple days ago once the rain ended. They started drying out a little bit, but still near or even below end of September normal. So nothing immediately critical there. And looking at the northern Sierra Front, same thing. They've dropped a lot. They are bouncing back, but they've got long ways to go just to get to end of September normals, which normally means not much going on. We'll continue to monitor for any strong wind events. Ridge of high pressure in control, clear skies for the most part, light winds. So we see that high pressure kind of shifting further eastwards today. A lot of dry air mass over the region. All areas not critical in the green. Some of our southern Nevada areas have started drying out just a little bit, but again, no major concerns. But dry, you can see the humidity is there in 5%, 8%, even 10% up towards the Idaho border. So everyone's going to dry out today. On the left, winds should be light. Tomorrow, high pressure, again, firmly in control. We are watching a slow pressure area dropping down out of the Gulf of Alaska towards the Pacific Northwest. Its winds will start increasing along the northern Sierra. So we will see in these areas of orange winds on this day, maybe closer to 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts. But again, dry humidity, so things will dry out there a little bit. On Wednesday, that storm system moves onshore across Washington state. Most of its moisture will be up there, but it's going to pull up some residual monsoonal moisture, which is still floating around there in Arizona and in Mexico. Bring some showers to parts of the eastern Great Basin, but some gustier winds across the Sierra Front. You can see some of these winds here. Actually, the model here is beefing it up pretty good, maybe 30, 35 mile an hour gusts where you see this orange. Also some breezy conditions up in the central Idaho mountains we'll have to keep an eye on. Humidities will be dry in those areas, so we'll have to keep an eye on things. Otherwise, these wind barbs you see here are just outflow boundaries from nearby wet thunderstorms. And this is the precipitation. Most of this will be on day 3, which will be Wednesday. A couple hundredths of an inch to pockets of 1/10 of an inch. Again, just some more light moisture. So that is good news. This storm system brings some more added precipitation to the Idaho mountains into western Wyoming on Thursday. And everybody's green. And really no major changes as we go through Friday. That low pressure continues to influence eastern Idaho and western Wyoming, very slow moving. And then finally, by Saturday and Sunday, that low finally drags out. high pressure builds back in with weather very similar to today's. Temperatures maybe 5 degrees above normal, winds light. It'll dry things out, probably good for prescribed burning. Next storm system waiting the wings, still well offshore. 7-day precipitation totals. And the 8 to 14 day, nothing really earth shattering, just being a little bit above normal. Near normal precipitation, maybe a little bit above normal here in parts of eastern Utah into southeast Idaho. That's with some of that residual monsoon moisture. And near normal means during the course of the week, you should see at least one low end wetting rain event, maybe even some snow if there's colder air. So that's what we are looking at. This concludes our briefing. Next one coming up tomorrow. Have a good day.